I grew up in South Africa, a town called Port Elizabeth, and I was one of 5 children. So I was the second youngest girl. And pretty much we grew up, both my parents were Christians, and we grew up in a little Baptist church. So in my teenage years, I pretty much was a very, very shy, introvertish girl. But at the age of 14, I joined youth, and that helped me a lot to be more confident. My dad died when I was 21 years old. He died of cancer, and about 3 years later, my mom passed away. I met my husband. My husband was a DJ, and we had a teacher's function, and he was one of the DJs, and that's how we met. We actually, after a year, kind of started dating. 24 years old when I got married, and then in my late 25th year, I had my daughter. So soon after I got married, I had my daughter. Having a baby as soon as we did, after we got married, I think it took a lot of focus off us as a couple, and we had to just get in there and raise our daughter. Because of work reasons, he had to, or difficulty in always having a permanent job, he would have to work away a lot. And I think that is where we started maybe drifting a little bit as a couple. When my daughter was about 3.5 years old, she was at kindy, I came from work, and then he rang me and he said to me, is in trouble. They'd already had seized him, and he was in trouble with the law. And this was a telephonic conversation we had. And they're going to hold him and question him for various things. And that was the first time I found out that he got himself into some trouble. And that just really put a different spin on our lives, on the lives of myself and my daughter. Put us in a very awkward position, a very difficult position. I had to face all the financial obligations. I had to obviously raise my daughter on my own, questioning my faith and questioning how people look at me and how will they accept me and my situation, because I didn't know how long all this would go on for. In my really low and my lonely days, I would sit and think and look at my little daughter growing up, and being at church and being with the family, and I see all the girls and the kids having their fathers around. And I pretty knew that I had to make decisions. Am I going to continue with my marriage or not? And know that our father probably won't play a very pivotal role in our life. But I needed to make decisions that I knew was best for the both of us. And I'm a strong believer that God raises up people around you that can take on the role of just as a support. And I would rest in that. A very close friend of mine came to me one day and said, look, I want to speak to you, and said to me, you need to think about yourself. You need to put yourself first and put your daughter first. And I think what also just sealed that for me was that my mom-in-law was the one that actually said to me, the road ends here for you. You need to carry on with you and your daughter. You need to start building your life, fixing the harm and finding healing, and I will look after my son. So my family and friends initially thought words like crazy, madness, you're brave. Some even said, go for it, follow your dreams. You can always come back. It's a lot of mixed emotions. Some people wouldn't even speak to me. And I'm a firm believer that when I have a peace about a decision I need to make, that's it, I need to make that decision. And that doesn't just come immediately. It came with a lot of searching and praying and begging God to give me the peace. And when I had the peace, I said, okay, this is where I need to end my marriage. That was it for me. And I had the peace, and I knew that was God speaking to me through His Spirit.